my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Hoping my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Whoever my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Whoever my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Whoever my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Whoever my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Whoever my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Whoever my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Whoever my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Whoever my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Whoever my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Whoever my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons,
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Saturday, man. Y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional Tron hauls, and y'all know we have Music Monday as well. But this is Sold Out, where of course we continue that sneaker talk, man. Sign up for the Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the comment section, and it is free to sign up. Or, of course, we can continue the sneaker talk where we got a food section, a sports section, you name it, man. Especially since football season is back in. That's all I've been having in on the background as a kid, been working throughout the day. But tonight's topic, man, we're going to be talking Dick's Sporting Goods versus DTLR. Who is winning in the sneaker game as shoe prices continue to climb here? So obviously we're going to talk a little bit of tariffs, and then we'll talk a little bit of upcoming sneaker releases as well, because if you guys haven't been living under a rock, Dick's Sporting Goods has been officially, I think, acquired. They have acquired Foot Locker, right? Okay, and then they've got the new person that they put over there, and can't think of her last name right now, but Ann Herbert, right? They put her over there. That was the lady that was attached to, the son behind the whole scandal thing right there. But so pretty much now, if you think about it, I'm just gonna go on some quick topics that me and the good fellas talked about pretty much yesterday, right? Okay, and this is what pretty much inspired this whole live. I was like, yo, I probably should just talk about this as a topic, because I mean, we all had our thoughts and opinion on this. Now, if you think about DTLR, right? Okay, that's under the umbrella, if I'm not mistaken, of where pretty much we have, Finish Line them, but JD Sports, I think they're over that whole umbrella. So I probably should retitle this whole joint actually versus pretty much basically JD Sports, right? Okay. We're gonna see how this is. I'm gonna just compare the two, but I want to cover that tonight. But if that's under the same umbrella, like if you think of JD, right, different ball game compared to how Dick's Sporting Goods them do things. But to be honest, I'm gonna be right. If I feel any type of way, I don't like I guess you can say the change they did where they put Ann Herbert over there, which I think her last name has changed now. But I will say this. If Dunks was on the live with me, he would tell me, like, Dick's Sporting Goods is probably the company. If anybody that was going to acquire Foot Locker, it should be them, right? Okay, so we're going to be talking about that tonight as well. And then pretty much we'll talk a little bit of tariff talk. I'll probably start with the tariff talk first, because that's like one I got on the radar as shoe prices continue to climb. And then we'll be talking Dick's Sporting Goods versus, I guess you can say, JD Sports, right? Okay, let me see what we got in the chat, and then y'all let me know if audio and visual is okay. I know image may look slightly different. The kid got his hair up because I got to shape up today, so y'all know what's up, man. Salutes to the kid's barber. Let's see what I got in the building. Looks like we got the official Wild Boy SK in the building. Says, yo, what up, Wild Boy? What up? Divine Photos in the building says, what up, Divine? What's good? What's go, Chi? I need to get caught up, too, in the comment section. I want to say this, too. I've been trying my very best to get caught up in the comment section on my YouTube channel. I'm going to. I've been catching up, but for the most part, I will say, as you can see, the kid just had a very, very busy schedule. But, I'm making time where I can, put it in for sure. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Divine Photo said, I did get the Fire Red 5. Okay. Did you post a picture already in the Goodfellas on me? This is my thing on the Fire Red 5s, dog. It was hard for me to kind of pass on that shoe because it's like a red shoe, but it got the red in there. I'm gonna say this: how some people saying they're waiting for prices to go down on the cave stones. I'm gonna put it this way: if I can catch them at a nice, decent price, man, maybe so. You know what I'm saying? I actually really like the joints. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad shoe at all. You know what I'm saying? It's just the difference that separates sneakerheads too. Not saying that we don't have things in common, but I guarantee your collection is different from mine. And that's what makes it curiosity. If we all had the same stuff, I probably wouldn't, it would be getting boring. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, the Fire Reds, I admit, they're fire. No pun intended right there. Looks like we got Manny with the kicks in the building. Says, Europe. What up, Manny? What up? Let's see, Manny with the kick says, I passed today and rather get them on a deal. That's my thought process too, Manny. I was like, yo, if they're sitting, because I did see that picture in the lounge of the Discord Shameless Plug again, where they actually are sitting. So if they're sitting, you know what I mean? Sure. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can catch them for get a good price on them, then sure. You know what I'm saying? Ravon says, what's crazy is the Fire Reds are $5 less than the Cave Stone 4s. This is true. However, it's like, if they're both sitting right next to each other, which you showed that image, at some point, if they don't move within the next couple, or at least within the next, by the end of like the next couple weeks, we'll see them drop a little bit at some of these stores. Y'all see my mall vlogs that I have been doing this year, and one thing I can say is that there's shoes that's sitting now where they had no choice but to put them at sale a little bit, right? Especially specifically when I go to DTLR, because to be honest, that's where I've been getting a lot of my sneakers from this year. Either DTLR in person, or I can catch like pretty much they are under the same umbrella. Like, I don't hit on JD Sports, but also like there's other ones too that that have been good to me so far that I'm able to catch too. You know what I'm saying? So again, but they all fall under that same umbrella. You know what I'm saying? Because DTLR, JD Sports, Finish Line, from what I was reading in the comment section earlier, people are saying Finish Line them don't really get much stuff like that at all anymore, period. You know what I'm saying? On the flip side of this, a part of this live too, one thing that just kind of came to mind, if Dick's Sporting Goods has took over Foot Locker, that whole camp, and Champs was already barely, getting people in there, they wasn't really getting much. Keep in mind, Foot Action left, you know what I'm saying? They done. East Bay is done. I'm wondering if Dick's Sporting Goods is just going to keep it Foot Locker only, and then, Champs is, may not be a thing anymore. Just food for thought, you know what I'm saying? Where we at real quick? Divine Photo says, it's a beautiful sight to see OG and shoes we love sit. Yeah, most definitely. Again, that's not, and I don't even think that's like a diss when people post. I know you didn't mean no negative anything about it, but it was like, yo, it's nice to be that, because I miss those days too, where I'm glad we're kind of back into that, because when Journeys and stuff used to first come out, you didn't have to rush to go get it the first day. You could go catch it by the weekend. Then slowly you had to make sure you go by that day. But to be honest, dog, I remember back in the day, I used to go right before work. You know what I'm saying? Right when they open up, they be having like sizes. This is before all the botting and all that stuff came a part of it too, which kind of really didn't help the game. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you think about that, that's a lot of things you can take about away from that joint. Because even if you think about one of the shoes that I did get the hit on, and I'm gonna just check my email just for the name real quick, because those Air Jordan 5s, whenever I got ready to cop those joint, that was gonna be a tough one, right? The reimagined joints, that was a tough one. So I had to do that, and I'm pretty sure I was able to catch that W off of DTLR, if I'm not mistaken, right? And that's why I said it's kind of like that one of those like hidden gems where, to be honest, if you know what I'm saying, where you could do the pickup, but I didn't do the pickup. I had to hit online though. So again, it just varies too. So you just got to do your research on it. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is this, like, again, I seen somebody else in the channel, they commented where they like panic buy, where they did that fake sellout that they do on sneakers, and then they realized like they refreshed in like 5 minutes, the pairs were still sitting. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's kind of one of those, you got to be patient too a little bit in the game, especially now, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't rush and panic buy unless you just know it's going to be one of those shoes that's like, yo, it's going to be tough. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, that's what I did. I got those Reimagines off of DTLR. Another place you can think of that still is a good place to check for too, that falls under that same umbrella, is Snipes. You know what I'm saying? That's another place too that I was thinking of. So I wanted to make sure I covered that real quick. That's why I just had to check the phone real quick. But where we at real quick? Long Beach Joe Jess in the building says salutes and respect to Polo in the chat. What up, Long Beach? What's Gucci, man? Let's see. Memory Kick says facts, Devon. I ain't mad at it. Again, that's not a negative thing too. And again too, Jordan Brand them making their money regardless, and so is the foot stores. If I had to guess, those are the people that's probably feeling it worse than Jordan Brand. Jordan Brand already made the sale because they had to acquire them from Jordan Brand probably at a wholesale price, if I had to guess. You know what I mean? So again, that's not necessarily a bad thing, especially considering how, like, think about this, right? Let's say, and I'll just use myself for example. Let's just say I want them, but things are tight right now, and I can get them next payday, which is like within the next few days. They give you time to re-up. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be, living off of, because let's just keep it 100 too. Being a sneakerhead and buying sneakers is expensive. So it can add up. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't count nobody piggy banks, but I'm letting you know personally off of my own experience. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes there's been some times where, hey, that skip came off, but hey, I had to take care of business first. You know what I'm saying? Where we at, Divine Photo says, to be honest, people are gonna spin back to the Fire Red 5s if they don't hit on those Tokyo 5s by the end of the month. Okay, valid point. Keep in mind too, which I don't think nobody's counting this, but we do have those the Jordan 1 fragment Travis Scott that's supposed to drop too, right? That's supposed to come on the 20th, to the best of my knowledge, Saturday. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a problem. And you know, a lot of us realize we ain't gonna hit. So people either gonna go on the resale market, which some things are up there on through the roof, or we gonna get something else to, you know, I guess heal the pain, so to speak. No pun intended, right? Where we at real quick? Yvonne says, what's good, my G? Manny, Long Beach says, Chic Shoes is a good store too. Yeah, I heard about Chic. I've never hit, but I've also, to be fair, usually I hit off of one of my other spots that I just named before I even get it over to Chic, right? So yeah, but I've heard about Chic. Let's see, Long Beach says, facts, Divine, people are being very careful because they don't have the bread readily available. And that's a fact, right? Again, not count nobody's pockets, but let's just keep it 100. Everything is went up across the board. Like literally, there's certain spots I know that's charging an extra, like if you buy something at the store, we got a bag tax where they charging 10 cents on the damn bags, bro. Hey, it's plenty of times y'all can see me walking out of the store and look like I stole that joint, but I didn't steal it. I'm so serious, so I'm like, bro, I can't get on the, you know, sometimes I bite the bullet if I really have to get a bag, but I'm like, if I can get away, like, hey, I can just carry all this into the house myself. I'm not getting it 10 cents, bro, unless I really, really have to. You know what I'm saying? That's just my 2 cents on it. But yeah, everything across the board is up. You know what I mean? Men of the Kick says, Divine salutes 100. Men of the Kick says, Joe Jets got the salutes and the shaking hands. And Divine says, Snipes is clutch. Most definitely. Dog, I'm really thankful for DTLR has been clutch too, though. You know, to keep it 100. I got those cherry blossom phones posited off that joint, which the homie reminded me of when I did the mall vlog last week. That's been clutch too. So to be honest, they're all on the same umbrella. So to be honest, I am going to retitle the live when I get off this joint. Pretty much it's going to be Dick's Sporting Goods versus DTLR. Who's going to be like the top king? You know what I'm saying? If that's even a thing. I mean, because to be honest, we're going to go where the sneakers are available. Can we say this? Will we see what kind of changes can we anticipate for Foot Locker 2 with Dick's Sporting Goods now taking over Foot Locker? And they got Ann Herbert in that spot. Think about that, right? Take all the, maybe the possibility of lightning striking twice, so to speak, because let's just keep it 100. If she is, you know, with her whole son and that whole debacle, say they don't let that happen again, right? And I put that in quotations because we don't know. I can't predict the futures. But say she's over, what is she going to bring to the table? She's got great experience, and you know her resume is still great, even though, you know, she was at Nike for 25 plus years. You know what I'm saying? That helps her too. That's just one of those, maybe they got a deal on the table where, like, if you get caught, this is going to be the level of if you're doing something out the way. You know what I'm saying? I would assume Dick's Sporting Goods didn't get on the level they are just by not having their paperwork straight, you know? Business, you know what I'm saying? Just out of thought, you know what I'm saying? Memory Kick says Tokyo 5s is gonna be a Leo drop. All right, cool. When those Tokyo 5s supposed to drop though? When they supposed to drop? Let's see. Devon says the hood stores always had a shoe sitting, but not for long. Oh yeah, and you got to. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this: the last time I've been inside a Snipes, dog, it was in the hood, and I'm gonna keep it 100, bruh. I pulled up on that joint, and to be honest. And that last time I did it, it was actually like, it had to be like whenever we had those reimagined Jordan 1s. The reimagined Jordan 1 joints. Not the blue joints, but the reimagined Chicago joints. I tried to do some footwork to see if somebody didn't pick up their pads. But everybody, they was cool. They was nice. I was like, yo, bro, it ain't happening, dog. They already let me know, like, if they didn't pick up their pads, they keeping them. You know what I'm saying? The joints was a major problem. But I say all that to say that was the last time I really went that's not the last time I went in the hood spot, but that's like deep in the hood. There's some other spots where I did that pickup vlog for those Air Jordan Rare 3s. That one was in the hood where I didn't even realize it was in the hood, but that one I kind of could tell the more closer and closer I pulled up to the joint. That's when I was like, oh, this is, oh yeah, I'm like I already said, I was in and out. If you think of that pickup vlog, it was like 7 minutes, dog. Like, why you think it was 7 minutes? Like, yo, Trust me, I already knew. I saw too many people looking at me, and it was like, bro, like, I don't know if they're just looking because I'm vlogging. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me get the hell up out of here. Like, keep it 100. But they was all nice, though, to keep it 100. So I don't know. Maybe at the same time I keep it 100, I wasn't fully 100% comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Where we at real quick, Devon says, what people don't account for is shoe stores like Snipes, DTLR, and the Hood sell out. They do. I'll tell you another thing they gonna sell out of too. Like when the Air Jordan 12 drop and those stores have them, usually you're gonna see everybody rocking around in those. Where I go to get my cut, it's in the Hood, to keep it real. And ironically, my barber, I was talking to him today, he was like, yo, we've been watching the channel, this and the third. I think he said him and the whole shop, they got inspired to buy, I forgot what sneaker he said, but they all got like quote unquote the same sneakers to kind of keep it like uniform. Not on no like no weird shit, but you know how like they want to keep a theme of the barbershop together. And to be honest, while a barber technically does not have a official dress code because they can wear whatever, but you know, it's like kind of one of those like they kind of made their own unique dress code. And I was like, wow, yo, that was kind of cool. I forgot which ones he did because he said he ain't really a sneakerhead like that, but you know, like they've been paying attention and they all been kind of copping sneakers like that. So, you know, again, I'm pretty sure they had to get it from one of the Hood stores for sure. You know what I'm saying? Where we at real quick, Devon says September 28th, Tokyo 5's dropping. Okay, so that's at the end of the month. Okay, got you. And then the Travis's, I'm going to say this before we get started on the first topic. I'm hearing only 40,000 pairs. I don't know if it's true, but 40,000 pairs. And if they're already available on the resale market, if we're going to cut into that, and I'm hearing they're also only going to be released on the Travis Scott website, which we know how that goes, right? I'll leave it right there. So let's start the tariff talk, and then we will start on just pretty much comparing, you know, JD Sports to pretty much, I guess you can say Dick's Sporting Goods now, you know what I'm saying? But let me share my screen on this one real quick on the prices continue to climb on the tariffs. And yeah, give me like 2 seconds to make sure everything is good. Boom, should be seeing my screen. Hopefully everything audio and visual still looking good for you guys as well. It says, let's see, where we at? It says shoe prices continue to climb in the August. More increases expected, tariffs to impact footwear in the imports, right? So it says in August, retail footwear prices climb 1.4% to match the 17-month and second fastest in 33 months. So think about this. This article is from September the 11th, right? So if you think about it, we're already been paying more. And to be honest, one thing that I got from my video where I'll case in point how I know it was a problem, right? And it's not taking a shot at nobody, right? So I was reading the comments, and when I picked up those cave stones, and I was like, yeah, this is a poor man Travis Scott. I kept saying this is a poor man Travis Scott. I was like, poor man Travis Scott, right? They were like, yo, ain't nothing poor. Like literally multiple see this, and I'm not even mad. I ain't even tripping because I get it, right? Even though that's not how I meant it or implied it, but low key, this how I went, right? They were like, yo, ain't nothing poor about a $200 shoe. And I was like, yeah, you right. But what I meant was like poor man version, like AKA on the resale market to get the average Travis Scott, you know, the one, like the Jordan 1 joint low, something like that, you about to be looking at least on the cheap end, maybe $350 and up. You know what I'm saying, on the resale market. So I guess that's why we was calling it. Like, even if, say, like, the only Air Jordan 4 that's been released to the public for a Travis Scott is the pretty much the blue joints, right? Okay, so if you think about that, that shoe went from, I think when I copped it on the resale market, it was like $350, $400. And then you think about this, now it's up $1,000 shoe. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was saying poor man version, right? Okay, but not saying that it's a cheap sneaker. I'm just saying, like, compared to what you could pay to get something like this if it had Travis Scott name attached to it. Because think about this, if you don't hit on that shoe, if that would have been a Travis Scott shoe, say if they'd have put a Travis Scott logo on it, put some pink Lakers in the box, and call it pink shoelaces, think about that. You know that shoe on the resale market was going to be like, if it's $250 on the resale market, it was going to be $550 on the resale market for if it had Travis Scott name attached to it, if we're going to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Correct me if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I get it. I get what they're saying. Either way, it's still expensive, you know, and I get that too. Where we at? Devon says it's going to be at least 30K pairs because at SneakerCon there were pairs of the Travis Scotts floating around. Yeah, so think about this. You got the SneakerCon batch, right? Which ain't no telling how much they wanted for that. You got some that's probably available on GOAT if I had to guess. Some people push them through StockX and maybe even eBay. So if you think about that, right? Maybe 5K between those three sites, right? And then maybe 5K between like pretty much if they do it on what they're doing on SneakerCon, right? Again, let's just keep it 100. We're going off if they're real. And you know what? I'm going to say they are because we seen what happened with that whole trophy room debacle situation, right? If we're going to keep it real. You know what I mean? Where we at real quick? Let's see. Memory Kick says, hopefully Travis Scott bless the community and give out W similar to Undefeated 4's EQL release. That's what they need to keep it 100. They need to make it an EQL and just charge a fee and call it a day. I'm not saying it's better or worse, but I feel like I would have a better shot, you know what I'm saying, if we did an EQL release. I agree, you know, because Travis Scott website with the whole email joint, I don't know, dog. I mean, I ain't never got an email. I'm not saying it don't happen, but it's rare, you know. And then we seen the debacle where certain sneaker YouTubers fake like they got the email, but they knew they was already hitting or whatever. They had some type of deal behind the background, allegedly, you know. I ain't gonna say no names, but we seen that floating around too. But it's been on some shoes. Luckily, majority of us not really tripping on, you know. Let's see. Devon Photo says a sneaker YouTuber said he wouldn't be surprised if people buy reps of the Travis Scotts if they don't hit. I wouldn't be surprised as well. I mean, that's one of those. Some people just have come to the fact that, yo, if I don't get it for retail, before I give a reseller like that crazy amount of money for a real pair, I'm going to go on the resale market and get something very, very similar for the same price I would have paid for the Travis Scott to begin with. You know, that's probably what it is. You know what I'm saying? If I had to guess. Minimum Kick says, I'm dead, Divine. Let's see. Divine Photo says, Travis team will never do EQL, and sadly, the public will still complain that they didn't hit. I've also been hearing floating around that Travis may be leaving Nike, and he's been taking on other meetings. You know, I've heard him taking on the meetings with Adidas. You know what I'm saying? Just want to throw that out there. I don't know if it's true or alleged. You know, the whole live, you know, allegedly, but I've been hearing that too. But I have a feeling Nike's not going to let him just walk out the door, if I had to guess, right? But let's get through the first topic, and then we will transition on to just the main topic. Talk a little bit of Dick's Sporting Goods versus pretty much, I guess you can say JD Sports, but pretty much the tariffs impact is what we're going to cover. It says footwear prices continue to increase in August. Shoe prices increased in August, tandem with an overall inflation, according to the latest data from the Footwear Distributors and Retailers of America. And that's FDRA in abbreviation or in parentheses. In August, retail prices of footwear climbed 1.4%, the most in 17 months, and at the second first rate in 33 months, the FDR noted. This comes as prices were generally higher across each target market. Last month, women's footwear prices increased 2.8%, the most in 34 months, while children's shoe prices tickled up 0.9%, or ticked up, I should say. I don't know why I said tickled, right? But it's ticked up 0.9% and the fastest so far this year. But men's footwear prices edged a 0.2% lower in August, but still have risen 14 of the last 19 months. So that's the thing. As shoe prices go up, less and less people are probably going to not necessarily not buy sneakers, but we're not all going to pull up. We're going to make, hey, do I really need this joint? Can I wait? This, that, and the third. That's why we're probably seeing shoes that we're seeing sitting today as well. You know, as much as we say the Cave Stone, some people say it ain't it. It's like a 50-50. It's still a shoe where back in the day, dog, or just this time, like maybe within the last couple years, it would have moved. You know what I mean? Think about this. We can compare it to the all-black Air Jordan 4s, right? Okay? The joint with the Jumpman on the back, the ones that I skipped on, right? Now that we're getting one with the Nike check on the back, right? This is my thing. We passed on that in 2019, right? But they sold out too in 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? Or 3 weeks. Same thing with these shoes, because just because a shoe doesn't instantly sell out, it doesn't mean that it's a brick, right? Before anybody starts that conversation too. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a brick. You know what I mean? It basically means that, hey, it could be a meaning of a combination of things. You know what I'm saying? And let's just keep it 100. Foot Locker them been on the down and down for a minute. And especially as they go through this transition, things probably for Foot Locker probably won't see an up and up until Dick's Sporting Goods get in there and good and see what Ann Herbert's going to do and or pretty much see the changes they're going to bring to the table, and it probably won't start seeing full effect until probably either end of this year, which probably December time frame, because we got to see how they start there, and probably at the beginning of the year. You know what I mean? Still that whole situation still in the back of my head is kind of like a unique situation, right? But if you think about it, those Black Cat 4s, if I'm not mistaken, those joints, if we get those, they're going to probably not, they're going to sell out, but I won't see an instant sellout on those either. And as fire as that is. And that's supposed to be coming Thanksgiving time frame, right? Where we at? Memory Kick says, Travis Scott website hella cheeks in my opinion. Oh, heck yeah. You not only in your opinion, Manny, my opinion as well. You know what I'm saying? Where we at real quick? Let's see. Devon says some shoes sell out and some go low on resale prices. Yeah, they do. It's just a part of the game. You know what I'm saying? That's why I never understood, to keep it 100, not to pick on anybody. Like being a professional, like sneaker reseller, I don't see how it's a lucrative business. I'm not saying you can't make money off of it, but like to live, like, you know, that's a different ballgame. I feel like you always have to be on the grind, you know? I mean, maybe some people just got it in them too. Maybe I'm maybe I'm lazy, you know? Where we at real quick? I think I read this part. It says 2% in August, but still have risen 14 out of the 19 months. Let's see where we at real quick. It says Gary Rains, chief economics at FDRA, and Foot News. That's besides creeping in inflation. Another key driver behind rising footwear prices are onerous tariffs. So pretty much they're saying that tariffs. Again, I don't really want to talk tariffs all the time, but you can't not see it too. I mean, let's just keep it 100. At the top of the year, we got a new guy in office, a new administration, and usually when that comes, some things improve for the better or for the worse. They have said it out of their own mouth that like, hey, we're going to see some prices increase, right? But they claim, and I'm putting this in quotations, they claim that should only be temporary. So we shall see, right? This is my thing though. How long is temporarily really, right? My thing is this: how long is temporary really? Do we want to sit up here and be paying, you know, all these extra prices across the board? It's okay if we see it on one or two things, which really is not okay. But if you see it on everything across the board, like case in point, dog, I went to Wally World, last week, bought the same, and me and Dunks have had this conversation years ago, and it's still a problem. I went to Wally World like last week. I bought the same exact stuff that I've always bought. That's Walmart for the people who don't know what Wally World is. I bought the same exact stuff. Literally, I'm talking about, like, I had like a total of like maybe 10 to 15 items, and dog, I had ran up a quick bag real quick, and even me and the person, even at the person that's checking me out is like, yeah, man, times, you know, we all was like, damn, you know, even he said it, like, you know, and I can't get mad at him because he doesn't own the store. He's the guy that's just scanning it and telling me the price and taking my money, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't his fault, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't even really get, you know, in my feelings about it. I was like, damn, that kind of sting. Where we at real quick? Manny with the Kick says, Will the Fire Red 5s did better than the Great 5s on sneakers apps to keep it a buck? Sunny voice. The Great 5s and the Fire Red 5s, they're such like a similar shoe to me, right? I mean, obviously just different color and obviously same silhouette. But me, that was another reason I kind of passed on them. Like, I couldn't, like, me with the grapes I had before, I ended up selling the joints. I was like, I'm not going to put myself in that position again. If I didn't wear them then, I'm not going to wear them now. Then, you know what I'm saying, the Fire Red 5s. I could probably wear them, but I'd probably be forcing it, you know what I'm saying? And they keep it 100. Another reason why the Great 5s was like an easy, like, get rid of for me, because I got the Year 5s. And then if you think about it, I have those Bel Air 5s, the gray joints. So I'm like, I got a purple vibe joint already that if I need to get purpled up or whatever, you know, no pun intended, I got something to move on, you know what I'm saying? Let me get back to the article real quick. Says these tariffs disproportionately impacted the footwear market, given that more than 98% of the footwear sold at retail is sourced abroad, Rain said. In the latest month, duties paid on the footwear imports soared a near record 108.7% year over year to the unprecedented $635.8 million, right? Okay, says, recall we've shown before that year over year changes in duties paid have moved in a step with the year over year retail footwear prices. The recent streak of surging duties paid on footwear imports strongly suggests that retail footwear prices may climb even further, right? Okay, let me hit the chat. Devon Photo says, only the big sizes from 11.5 to 18 is sold out. And let's just keep it 100. The bigger sizes they usually make less of. I know for a fact, anytime we ever looked at quote unquote stock numbers, right? If you look at the bigger side, like an 18 or a 15 or a 16, yeah, those usually sell out because they're really they make say if they make thousands of the other sizes, these are usually made in the low thousands and or maybe hundreds, right? Mentoring Kick says, that's way more than the Great Fives on the first day, Devon. Again, either way, we called it yesterday that the 5 we already knew they, if you want them, you can get them. Let's just put it like that. It's not a bad shoe, but if you want them, you should be able to get them. Let me get back to the article. Nate Herman, Senior Vice President of the Policy for American Apparel and Footwear Association, and that's AAFA, says added that the organization continues to closely watch federal pricing data, which shows inflation still on the rise in August. And I got some in here quotes that says, as we close out the summer, the back to school season, and look ahead to the holidays, are worried about the pattern persisting due to the continued high tariffs. Herman noted smart trade policies more tailored to the industry that avoided double taxation can help avoid chilling spikes on price tags for hardworking American families this winter. Right? So look, if you think about this, we always say back to school gonna be a problem, but to be honest, if you pull up and it's back to school, it's already kind of over with. Back to school shopping pretty much starts probably around July and August, but pretty much now the kids are back in school. If the shoes ain't moved by then, maybe tariffs and stuff like that is playing a part where people want to make the decision on where they want to spend their bag on. And I can't really knock them for that. You know what I'm saying? Can you really knock where a person they taking care of priorities first? And that's what it's supposed to be. At the end of the day, I love sneakers just as well as the next person, but at the same time, if you got responsibilities, you got responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? Let me get the rest of the article real quick. It says, last month increases in retail footwear prices also comes as the same time the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that overall inflation continued to gain traction in August. So again, and more stuff we got to spend. Everybody ain't got the extra bag for, the sneakers. Let's just keep it 102. If everything across the board raised up, including sneakers, that makes people think. You know what I'm saying? So I know these foot stores, they still making bread, but everybody not pulling up to the sneaker store immediately. In fact, when I was talking to my barber, one thing that he pointed out today, he was like, yo, to keep it 100, I just don't be having it like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because he got a family. I get it. He got to take care of his responsibilities first. So that wasn't even no diss. He just kept it real. And I can't knock him for that. You know what I'm saying? So again, if you think about it, the game is not where it once was. But if you are a sneakerhead and you're still able to do it, of course, you're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? The Bureau's latest Consumer Prices Index, CPI, a broad measure of goods and services costs across the U.S. economy, saw the prices increase 0.4% on the seasonal adjustment basis in August after rising a 0.2% to the prior month. Prices were also up 2.9% over the last 12 months after raising 2.7% in March, including a volatile food and energy costs to the core. CPI rose over 0.3% in August and increased 3.1% over the same last year. This marks the fast increase in the 7 months and second fastest in the 14 months. August also marks the fourth straight inflation has accelerated. So again, think about this. We in September. Will we see some more spike increases on the prices? You let me know what you think. You know what I'm saying? Again, I wouldn't be surprised. I want to say that right here. So as we transition on to Dick's Sporting Goods for like the last like 15 minutes of the live here, I want to say this, right? Dick's Sporting Goods, and then we're going to be talking JD Sports. Looks like Dick's Sporting Goods has launched like a new virtual, pretty much, I guess you can say, a house of sport experience with help from JJ Watt. So I wanted to cover this real quick too, and then like last 10 minutes of the live, because I'm gonna cover this in like in 5 minutes, and then last 10 minutes of the live, we're pretty much saying like who is gonna be the top dog. Keep in mind too with JD Sports, one thing I want to say, keep in mind those finish line stores. I have a feeling they're looking like that on purpose because they want to have less in there to transition them on to inside of the Macy's foot section. You know, they're going to have, that's going to be Macy's new foot store, right? Which I feel like is a smart business move. If I got from it, right? Allegedly, right? Let me hit the chat real quick. Manuel Kick says 10K pairs just on size 10 and 10 and a half. That's going to take a Wowski to sell out on sneakers app, but everything else should be gone by Wednesday. Devon says, I agree, Manny. The Fire Red 5s are slowly going to move. They are. You know what I'm saying? Again, just give people time. You know what I'm saying? If they still available, people just making sure, you know, hey, let me take care of something else first. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. If I had to guess. Devon says, just notice, even though the Olympic sixes sat, they moved slowly and sold out everywhere, especially in the hood. Ironically, you bring that up, right? The OG I work with, he was rocking his joint. He rocked his OJ sixes, his Olympic sixes around the clock. I don't know why I said OJ, but yeah, the Olympic sixes, he rocked them joints around the clock. I had my pair, I think, from 2012, and I ended up selling my joints, and that's why I didn't buy new ones. But I will say, seeing his on feet in person, them joints are super fucking clean, respectively. You know what I'm saying? Manuel Kick says, exactly, Divine. Let me hit through this article real quick, and then I'll put myself back on the main screen and get ready to, you know, wrap business up here. It says Dick's Sporting Goods is tapping in for former NFL star J.J. Watt to help launch a new virtual concept. Their retailer is debuting a virtual version of the House of Sport concept store in Dicks.com. Pause. Let's see. It says that is definitely. I don't see how they let them get away with that. Like, I ain't gonna say like is they're doing anything illegal, but come on, dog. Like, type it in Dicks.com. It just doesn't seem like something would want to come that I would want to look forward to coming up on the screen. Pause. Flo TV says, "What's good? What up, Flo? What up? Smash that like button as y'all commenting out too for the kid, man." It says, though this venture, consumers will be able to experience the store online while the avatar of Watt serves as their tour guide. Watt, who has been on the house of the HOS brand ambassador since March 2024. Guides consumers through the virtual store while highlighting all of the unique elements in shop, including climbing the wall, the Golf Pro Shop, and the track main simulators in the Hit Tracks multi-sport cages that can be used for baseball, softball, and soccer, lacrosse, and hockey, and the field and more. So real quick, so I guess it's like the little virtual joint right here that they kind of see. You can see, kind of looks like a video game. I mean, to be honest, me covering this thing like since they acquired Foot Locker, will they do like a virtual? Because think about this, if I'm not mistaken, I think GOAT has this in the app. So I'm very curious, will Foot Locker find a way to have like a virtual try on for your sneakers before you decide to buy them or not? Because to be honest, some shoes do look better on feet. You know, you can put them on. That's kind of a cool thing. I wonder if they will find a way to incorporate that in there, you know? Where we at? Memory Kick says, everyone waiting on a Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 low, the only reason for the delay. That adds to it, but I feel like that ain't also the only reason, right? But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of factors into it, but that we can throw that in there. That's fair. That's fair. I'll give you that one, Manny. Where we at real quick? Devon says, Complex can always list hype sneakers of the year, but people like us, they are in urban communities, know what shoes really be moving. Exactly. You know, Complex them, I don't want to bash them or anything like that, but yeah, they I'm gonna say it nicely. They missed the mark sometime. To be honest though, to be fair, I still look forward to their like top 10 lists like each and every year because I'm very curious what they finna put compared to what I myself, who's on the ground, like a foot soldier on the ground, make a list. That's why mine never really. They have some of the shoes, but that's why theirs is like pretty much almost apples and oranges. You know what I mean? Watt said in a statement that he loves the consumers can now experience the retail concept without stepping into the physical store. This is my thing. Will that kind of curse it though? If people start just moving to online only, and now these brick and mortar stores, there'll be less and less. You know what I'm saying? Because now, I mean, maybe they tried, then they want to go pick it up. But one thing I had a debate with my barber today, where like how he just it's so much more convenient for him to just order stuff and have it ship. I'm like, but now you run into stuff like this where I ain't gonna say what product he bought, but he said he brought a product. It had all this on it, which it may be true, but he's like, yo, can you figure this out for me? It's complete fucking cheeks. And I'm like, that's because you ain't get to do the legwork and physically try it out. And but especially, and I'm not gonna put the place where he copped it's not a bad place. Everybody has used it or uses it, right? I'm just not a fan of it because I'm like, bro, they let their top sellers who want to pay more get their stuff at the top of the list when you're looking for stuff. And let's just keep it 100. When you search this particular site, are you really finna search like 10? It'll pull up what, 50 pages? Are you finna look at all 50 pages whenever you really kind of already got your eyeball on the first thing on the first page? You know, maybe 3 pages tops for the average person, right? That's where my issue was with it. You know what I mean? What we got real quick? Let's see. Where did I leave off? It says physical store. Imagine being able to experience every facet of the the ultimate destination for sports from anywhere. Watt said, it's a real game changer and I'm thrilled to be a part of it. To bring the experience to life to Dick's Sporting Goods and the e-commerce marketing and teams partnered with Napster to bring 100,000 square feet brick and mortar store into an online experience. So that's their goal. They want to basically turn the brick and mortar store into like an online experience, right? Okay. Now, again, I'm not surprised at all. Let me finish up this article real quick and then we'll get the party started. It says, let's see, Senior Vice President and Chief E-Commerce Officer at Dick's Sporting Goods added that the idea for virtual HOS came from 2 years ago. To build awareness to the HOS concept now is grown into a virtual expansion of the physical store by featuring our elevated products, assorted showcase, and our store experiences, and incorporating elements like JJ presence, where creating a consistent, engaging brand experience that extends beyond our physical locations, she said. It says, the launch comes one day after Dick's Sporting Goods announced it had a completed, I told you this all ties into the Foot Locker joint, right? I knew this was going to wrap up to the Foot Locker joint. The launch that comes one day after Dick's Sporting Goods announced it had completed the $2.4 billion acquisition of Foot Locker. Has a combined company, Dick's will now operate more than 3,200 stores plus e-commerce and digital business across 20 countries in North America, Europe, Asia, and Australia, plus licensed stores presence in Europe and Middle East and Asia. Says the transaction is expected to deliver between $100 million to $125 million in the cost of sale energies in the medium term, primarily through procurement and direct sourcing efficiencies. And Dick's anticipates the transaction to be assertive to earnings per share in the fiscal year of 2026. So they gonna take the L from what I got it from. They said like we down, not necessarily down, but you know, yeah, we spent some money. But in their eyes, and I'm putting myself back on the main screen, we spent some money to make some big money. You know what I'm saying? So that's the goal right there. So I'm not going to knock them for that. So again, now think about this. That's going to put Dick's Sporting Goods. Now they was already making moves where they would seem like they was about to pass Foot Locker anyway. Now they got Foot Locker, right? Okay, boom. Now you got pretty much Dick's Sporting Goods, Foot Locker, and who else? We got Champs under there and whoever else fall up under that umbrella. Now they're going against that whole JD Sports chain, which is that DTLR. You know, we got Snipes and then what have you, right? Okay, and a few other stores that I'm probably missing out on the list that falls underneath them, right? Again, will there be a top dog is where I want to bring this live to, according much to wrap it up here for like the last like 5 minutes, and we'll talk upcoming sneaker releases. Let me hit the chat real quick. Where we at real quick? Where we at? Let's see. Where we at? I think I missed quite a much. Let me go right here. Let's see. Manuel Kick says, my top 3 so far is Brick by Brick, Awake 5, Pink Joint, and Pharrell's Jellyfish. Okay. All right, cool. Honestly, man, I don't never be thinking about my list until like towards like the end of like the year for real, dog, to keep it real. Where we at real quick? Devon says, let me give another example. The Nigel Jordan 1 low sold out, but it didn't resell for much. True. This is true. But people did like that shoe, though. Devon says, I agree with Manny's list. I'm not gonna. I mean, maybe his list. I mean, again, if we're gonna go off of numbers, I like to go off personal too. So, are you going off of something that this is something that you want to, or if you going off these are the stuff that people just showed up and showed out for, Because for me right now, I don't see number one. I don't see how the Jordan 1.5 Reimagine ain't on the list. Let's just keep it 100. Air Jordan 5 Reimagine, right? Let's just keep. I don't see how we don't see that ain't on the list. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it real. Where we at, real quick? Where we at? Let's see. Mandarin Kick says, dead ass Devon, right on the money. Devon says, to be honest, Ja Morant sneakers has to be on the list because the new model is selling units. This is true. I mean, he's been making noise. I'll give you that. I've even put some content out about it as well. He's been making noise on that joint. Let's see. If Anthony Edwards' shoe can be a top shoe, Ja Morant shoe can be on the list. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Valid argument. Not on my list, but, I can say, that shoe did do his thing and make numbers, so I'm not going to sit up here and say that, you know what I'm saying? Definitely will. I can see that. Devon says, metallic 5s is probably going to be 4 or 5 would be the 85 breads. I say the breads, and I don't see how the Reimagine 5s and the 85 breads don't make the list in the top 5. You know what I'm saying? Me, I think the metallic 5s deserve the top spot if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Again, we got more coming too. We haven't finished out the year. This is just kind of like a rough estimate, right? You know what I'm saying? Mandarin Kick says, I see him on the top 10 list, Devon. Okay. All right. So fair enough. I'll give y'all that. So again, just to kind of wrap things up here, we'll talk upcoming sneaker releases. One thing about JD Sports too, if we just want to kind of just I guess you can say compare things real quick, just to give a little rough estimates if we're going to compare this, think about it. Foot Locker them has a great historical background, right? But now we got Dick's Sporting Goods on it. What are they going to bring to the table? Now, if you keep in mind with this, JD Sports, aka DTLR, they have been making moves too. JD Sports already got the quote unquote trying to get the younger crowd to come in there and buy sneakers. Because like I told y'all, anytime y'all see me bust up in a JD Sports, what's the first thing I always say? Dog, I literally felt like I just entered the freaking sneaker club. I feel like I need to party in that joint. And let me clarify this. One of those parties where it's not one of those yo, I'm about to dance and get loose. It's kind of one of those if you go up to the register, I feel like if you ask, if you say a certain code, they're going to have something else other than sneakers in there to get you in the shopping mood, right? Again, allegedly, I'm just saying, that's just how I feel, right? What both party needs to bring to the table, though, I feel like they're going to have to bring some more exclusive drops, right? We know Foot Locker them have been known to get Travis's. However, it's only been in maybe Chicago or maybe New York or maybe in LA. You know what I'm saying? And yes, you can enter that stuff out there, but if you hit, you got to get an instant ticket and fly. And we've seen people do that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But again, nobody wants to do that. I think they need to work on probably getting some more exclusive drops in there. So case in point, it would nice to see be able to see a Travis Scott Jordan 1 low hit in more Foot Locker stores, right? If we're going to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Let me touch your chat, and then we'll do upcoming sneak releases here and get ready to wrap this thing up. Where we at real quick? Where we at? Remember, Kick says, that's my top 4 polo is the metallic 5 and the undefeated 4s. Number 5 for me. How you got the undefeated 4s at number, 5? Come on, dog. Y'all, come on, dog. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think, metallic 5s for sure. Undefeated 4s for sure. You all said these Travises going to be a problem. That's on the list. That's 3 right there. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot. We had a lot this year if you think about it, right? The Galaxy foams, they got to make the list. You know what I'm saying? We've had some pretty nice heats on here. You know what I'm saying? I got my top. I am going to do a top 10. My top 10 finna probably go crazy, dog. Y'all probably gonna be like, yo, my stuff I know it's gonna be complete opposite from Complex. You know what I'm saying? Complete opposite. You know what I'm saying? Think about this. They've been dropping the Dion joints, and they've been to be honest, I've been seeing the Dion joints in the hood. I went to the barbershop, Dion joints all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Easily. In fact, I think that's what they said. Like they had caught the Dion's and everybody got the Dion's in the barbershop, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. Devon says, oh yeah, the undefeated is on the list too. See, this is my thing too. That's why like this is kind of like, this is just kind of thinking. Just imagine what I gotta do, like when I get ready to do these lists. I have to literally prep, like I ain't gonna say like, I need at least a couple hours. I'm like, I need to go through and look and see what all dropped. I literally be watching my own content back to back, and then like I watch other people's stuff. I'm like, all right, cool. See if I miss anything to get a full list, and could be somewhat time consuming sometimes, right? But yeah, Galaxy is definitely on the list as well from what Divine Photos are saying. Let's see. We got Thomas Goldring Jr. in the building. Says DTLR is my go-to store. Yeah. So again, that's something that we got to think of. These two are pretty much the top two like foot stores. And technically DTLR falls under JD Sports if I'm not mistaken. So pretty much it's JD Sports or Dick's Sporting Goods. You know what I'm saying? Now at this point, because if you think about it, Foot Locker used to be my go-to, and then now I kind of walk past the joint. You know what I'm saying? Because DTLR them have also let you know if you win sooner, so you can cancel your Foot Lockers. You know what I'm saying? Like it's done everything right, if you ask me. Divine Mandarin Kick says, heck yeah, Divine number 6. Let's see. Divine Photo says, I base my list on what I see people wear. Okay, got you. See, this is my thing. I base my list, and there's no right or wrong way to build a list, obviously, so I'm not going to knock it or anything like that. I base my list on what I actually like, what I think, not just because the shoe did well. I base it on this is my top 5 or my top 10. Even if I don't have the shoe as a shoe that, I still think at that point I go off of what I like. I do a combination of everything, I guess. It's what I like versus what really made some noises, you know what I'm saying? Whether I want to mention it or not, yeah, I do a little bit of combination of everything, especially when me and Dunks are doing it. It's kind of one of those, like, I did, like, his list, we did our list, and then we kind of compared it and came up with a top 5. That was always fun, too, man. Where we at, too? Let's see. Mentor Kick says, same here, Divine, plus resale for me. See, I don't think about the resale shit. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even be thinking about that. Let's see. Divine Photo says 100 many. And then, all right, cool. Let's talk a little bit of upcoming sneaker releases. But pretty much the only thing I guess you can say we can anticipate next week is, I'm assuming that Travis Scott's is coming next week. That's going to be on the list. Paul Rodriguez did drop today, his sneakers, the bread joints. But they're going to be coming again on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. We do have September 27th. We do have those Air Jordan 5s. The yellow joints are supposed to be coming as well. And then we have September 20th, we have the Air Jordan 3 El Vuelo. If I'm not pronouncing that correctly, that's pretty much a sneaker inspired off of like or Hispanic wrestling, I should say, right? So yeah, and yeah, that's probably gonna close us out right now for whatever they got loaded up on the sneakers app, man. So Travis's are most likely gonna be a problem. Devon says Cave Stones will be in Polo's top 5. We'll have to see. We'll have to see, man. I don't want to say yes. I don't want to say no. But I will say it is a fire shoe. I'm going to say this. If it's not in my top 5, it's definitely going to be an honorable mention. Because I know I still like to give honorable mentions. Just because a shoe don't necessarily make the list because other shoes outshined it, it don't mean the shoe was a bad shoe. You know what I'm saying? Again, I almost forgot about the Galaxies this year. And I had to pay resale on them. I almost forgot about them joints. You know what I'm saying? And keep it real. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got the Dion's too. We had low-key, we've been having some nice heat drops. You know what I'm saying? I definitely need to sit down and kind of get my list together, but I'm going to do it towards December because at that point, you know pretty much what's left. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, too, in December, we're anticipating the Gamma 11s. A lot of people have already been in the comment section telling me they're anticipating on those as well. You know what I'm saying? So, again, sometimes you just got to play the game out. Some shoes that said they were coming out may not be coming out. We said the Black Cat 4s is coming out. That's supposed to be what in November for what am I looking for? Black Friday, which probably would be a great drop. Now that makes sense. I don't know why it took me so long to figure this out. Think about it: all black shoe and then dropping Black Friday. Easy marketing. Wow. You know what I'm saying? That went over my head. But anyway, man, let's wrap this joint up for tonight. I've been on here for an hour and 4 minutes. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love as always. Y'all definitely smash that like button and sub to the channel if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional Tron Halls, and y'all know we got Music Monday, which I'll be back live again on Monday with another Music Monday. Until then, smash that like button, sub to the channel, sign up for the Sold Out Discord, and appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love. And yeah, I am officially out this thing, man. Peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights, my heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember.